What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Artery Gear Fusion video. So in the past couple of videos, I've pretty much stated my stance on the game, how I felt as the game state as a whole, as of recently, with all the little controversial things they've been doing. Not necessarily controversial, right, in the case of many people's eyes, but I at least see it, in terms of, because I'm a free player, right? I represent the free players that play this game, and I kind of want to state that, express that opinion is that it's not very free to play friendly with what they've been doing recently. But in the last video, I talked about the things they've done, and we don't have to go over that again. I want to talk about the things that they could do to make the game better, to improve the game going forward into the next year. I think this semi anniversary was a step in the right direction. And I can just start the video off with that. I think the semi server anniversary is great. You're able to log in, get a couple rewards to either kickstart your account, whether you are a new player, a returning player, even a veteran. Some of these are really good rewards. I think the energy capsules is great for any player, especially introducing real time arena. You want to farm more gears that you can have for your characters, so you're able to compete in the ladder. I think that's a great idea. The energy capsules was great, and we did suggest this in the previous video. Forging crystals is always great. Who doesn't love free summons? You can save up for your Claris that you want in the future. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to use 4-star Alice, but that's my fault, right? Now, the skin tickets, we suggested these as well. I think these are great. Skin tickets is amazing. Who doesn't listen? One of the best things about Artery Gear compared to other games is the sheer quality of the skins. So if we actually go to the supply right here, and then we go down to the outfit supply, you can see some of these skins look damn amazing. Like, I'm saving up all I can to hope that I can get the serious one because it looks so damn good. And free-to-play players, even whales, of course whales can, but free players mostly are able to pick up at least one skin, I would say every couple months, because of the amount of skin tickets they give us. So I think that alone is great, allowing us to be able to pick up the skin, not all of them, but at least one that we want, we save up for it. In any new player, heck, you start the game, you get a couple here and there, but what I'm trying to say is that they distribute it proportionately, and you're able to save up to eventually get it without spending anything, which I think is great. The casting parts, the tier 1, great. We suggested this, right? I said we should get more cogwheels, but I feel like they need to expand on this, right? And it's the same with everything else. They gave too little. I think the cogwheels is great. These casting parts are so damn good. They're so damn good that I have literally none of them because they're good. You want these to be able to cast your gear to upgrade the stats, because you don't want to do PvP with blue gear. I don't think you want to. So having these is really nice to be able to upgrade your gear pieces. Also, giving us the tier 2, tier 3 is even better. The tier 2, tier 3 is so damn. To put this into perspective for you, right? Let's go back to the supply shop. Let's go all the way down. We go to the not alliance, badge exchange, right? Look at how damn expensive this is for the tier 3. And this is to be able to get, I have 5 of them. But, they're hard to actually use because you have to get the mats and stuff like that. Though that's another thing, right? The mats are really hard to acquire. But still, these are really damn rare. You only get one a month, and they cost 2,000 exercise chips. That's a lot. If we look at this, the bonbon is 2,000. I haven't bought this yet because it's so damn expensive. And you want to buy the energy daily capsules, that I'm going to do right now. And you also want to get the advanced decoder chip because those are really valuable. But 2,000 one a month is really, really, really bad. So that's why I hope that they would have put it inside the semi-anniversary login reward, because that would have been nice for the players. And then we take a look at the decoder chip. Even one skill up is amazing. I think this is good enough. One skill up is great. You're able to upgrade a skill. They should not really give these too frequently. It's like this in every game, right? Epic 7, you don't really get many Moagoras, so you just have to be conservative with them and understand that you're not going to be able to upgrade every single character you get and max out their skills, which is absolutely fine. I'm okay with that. If they want to be a paid option, then knock yourself out. But I think giving us one is fine enough. More would be nice, but I think one is okay for a semi-anniversary, right? And then the AG hiring ticket. I think the idea, and remember, we talked about this, the idea was fine, but the execution of it was done so poorly. We already have all of the 4-star characters in the game, every single one of them. Heck, we probably have all of them maxed out by now. This does nothing for any of our accounts as veterans, Heck, even some returning players that played before, you probably still have every single AG because they don't add any new 4-star characters that you can't unlock without getting it in the event shop, right? I think this was probably the worst thing they could have did. Maybe it helps new players and new players can get an Alice, but I mean, you're probably going to get one from just summoning, you're a new player anyways. You're going to be summoning most of the time, getting new characters as you progress your account. I don't think this really adds much value to your account unless you're so unlucky you just could not pull Alice. Then sure, knock yourself out. But making this a 5-star would have been better, and making it randomized just so it doesn't really hurt their pockets too much would have been good enough. Randomized SSR ticket, some is going to get Cindy, but it is what it is. Although there is like a Cindy quote going around, so maybe there is a use for Cindy, but still, you get the idea. Having an SSR ticket would have been great. It would have boosted morale of the players. Everyone would have been happy. Some would have been extremely happy, right? I mean, a couple of people would have pulled out one. I would have been jealous because I wouldn't have got one. But, it would have made things a lot better than what they decided to do, which was give the 5-star ticket into the shop and make it a paid option. That's just not good. If you're going to market something as pretty much towards returning or new players, you need to actually make it for returning and new players. Those are not rewards for returning a new player, especially for something marketed as an anniversary. If you're going to put anniversary anything, anywhere in the name, you have to make it anniversary like, and that is not how you do it whatsoever. I think the rewards are good, but the amount is very bad. Next up, I know I touched on this in the last video, but I mean, I just have to, right? Over and over. The pity is just not good. You should not have to do 200 summons to get a character on the banner. It's just no. I think maybe half of that is good enough. If you want to even, you can't lower the rates, right? But if the rates were, stay the same, make it 100. I think that's okay. Heck, even if you want to just go ahead, I think what would be even better, and this is part of their game design and whatnot. What would have been better from the start was if they just went ahead and made the actual banner like have none of these characters in it, right? So none of these characters were in the limited banner, and you would just have this one, and all you have to do is summon, or you have to hit the pity. Make the pity 100, but this is the only character in the banner. Keep the rate the same. I think that would have been even more better than just, having all those rate ups in the banner. Rate ups not being this one delimited, and instead making you go to 200 pity. That's 200 summons. All of you, most of you, maybe everyone is going to be spending 200 to pick up Claris. Do you know how hard that is to get as a veteran player? I know some people that play this game that have been playing since day one that had to save up since day one to pity one character. One character. I mean, then they probably summoned for other characters, stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say is that there's no easy process, really. You have to save up so many. Now, don't get me wrong. If you do save up, you'll probably skip many, many banners, but that's not enjoyable, right? You have to skip out on a lot of these precious units. And I mean, some of them are so damn... I always get this mixed up. Some of them are so damn good. If you take a look here, a lot of these are amazing units. Ginga, a nice game-changing unit for any new player. She's amazing. She helps out your teams, although you can get her in the free selector tick in the beginning of the game, which I think was great, by the way. They didn't have to do that in the beginning of the game, but it's one of the good things they did, right? From the start, that was it. But yeah, Ginga is a very nice unit. Allows you to do Centaur really easy. I mean, she just one-shots it, right? Very nice unit for that. Hirin, an amazing healer. I use this character every single time I need to do any content with healing. She has full team cleanse, another cleanse here, and then she has CR pushes on both. It's amazing. I love Hirin. She's my favorite healer. I use her every single time I need a healer for content. Cream, a very nice, safe healer, right? This unit will make your team runs anything you do in the game safe because she provides a huge fat shield, gives tons of healing, damage resistance, and immunity. Who wouldn't want that for their account? And she also cleanses with her added UE as well. And then you have characters like Sirius that trivializes content. If she outspeeds, she fucking kills. She's a great character. I use her all the time. The faster you have her, the better. A very nice character. And then you have Sakabula, who refused to come home in my account. And I'm very salty about that. So that's part of the reason why I'm making these videos. No, I'm kidding. No, honestly, it's the truth. But Sakabula is an amazing character. She has a reset on the S3. And I think she's a very, very solid alternative for players that weren't able to pick up Madoka. I said solid. I don't think she's going to replace Madoka, in the high end, but I think she's a very solid replacement for players that do not have Madoka. And then Jessie, oh my goodness. This character right here is just broken, right? She's broken. If you can't one-shot her, she will one-shot you. Literally, she's broken. And that pains me because a lot of these characters in the game are really good. But, with the pity being 200, you have to skip out on so many juicy units that will be able to help your draft, help your exercise, defense, offense teams. PvE content, right, that you do in the game. So if we go here and take a look at the raids, some of these raids I couldn't imagine doing if I didn't have some of the AGs I have. Hirin helped me out on quite a few raids when I needed a healer to CR push my team. She helped out a lot. I remember I used Sirius for one of these as well, because Sirius is very good in turn cycling because she's so fast. She also has a defense break. Very, very, very nice unit. And I know Lyle Cyrus, although a lot of you players can't pick up Lyle Cyrus, they really don't have a nice alternative for Lila aside from the PvE version, which is Ginga. There's no really solid PvP version of Lila, which I feel bad for new players, or returning players rather, that missed out on the Atelier Ryza collab. But that's a whole entirely different, video we have to go on. Next up, the UEs. The UEs is a very nice way to upgrade your character, your AG character, right? Give them added effects to their skill sets, allow them to have more stats. It overall enhances how they perform in the game. UEs is a great idea. It was implemented well, but I think the execution, and especially as of recently, has just been really poor. You should give more resources out to be able to upgrade the UE. I think in my opinion, the hardest thing about the UE is actually being able to upgrade the damn UE. It takes so much gold, it takes so many gear chips, and it takes so many of the applications. Heck, the only real problem for that is the collab units, because you have to make sure that you can get enough of them to actually upgrade the UE, because I can't imagine having a stylet without having a maxed out UE. I just can't imagine. This is just too good. So what I would suggest doing is just making it more obtainable. Give more resources out for this. Make it so that in the shop, I don't know, make it a sort of a way to be able to upgrade the UE much more easily. The little things you use to buy the applications for your UEs. So if you take a look at Cream, right now my Cream is not even close to being, look at my Cream's level on her UE. Her UE is not even close to being maxed out. It's level 4 to 10. It's so damn hard to get the upgrades necessary to be able to have her, upgraded for the UE. And Cream's UE is no joke. I mean, it gives the character a huge upgrade. You need it. You absolutely need it to be able to remove one debuff from all allies. If you do not have that, you're not able to remove the unbuffable. So if you can't remove unbuffable, you can't even apply the buffs that your character has in the kit. This is a necessary you need in order to use Cream, especially when you start doing PvP content. And I kid you not, those, in my opinion, are the only problems with the game. PvE content, the raids, stuff like that, should be hard. You should be rewarded for actually being able to complete it. I have no problem with it. A lot of the things in the game I actually really don't have a problem with. But the ones that I do have a problem with are so massive that it really is game changing. Such as the UEs. Not being able to max those out, even if you don't pay, is awful. I think that's one of the worst things they can do. Summons being so damn high, you're going to have to skip every single character to pity one character and hope that you pull some characters along the way is a horrible way to play the game. A horrible way to play the game. How can I say, oh my god, I love Artery Gear Fusion when you don't seem like you love the player base? I mean, this is just really bad. Like, I can't imagine you, like, if you start an account right now, right? If you start your account right now, the amount of skin tickets you get in the game added with this is not enough to be able to actually buy skin. So that right there alone is just bad. And I mean, the cogwheels, you get 3 of the tier 1 casting parts. Come on, man. Where are the tier 2 and tier 3? At least give, heck, they could have done 3 tier 1s, 2 tier 2s, and 1 tier 3s. That would have been great. That would have been fine. No one would have complained. But the amount they give is just why. Like, these right here are really not going to add much value to anyone's account. Really, they're not. The gear chip is probably the best thing here, man. The gear chip and the energy capsules are probably the best thing here. This right here, oh my goodness. Never, ever, 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 ever do this again. If I ever see this game do this again, I'm gonna rage. Why are the tickets not able to count towards the accumulated spending? Why? This is the worst thing they could have done. You know how many rewards you actually you miss out on so many more rewards than you think you do. If you're like me and you saved up 20, 30 tickets, you're not able to use them in the shop. You miss out on gear casting tier 2. Like I said, these are really rare. These are hard to get. You should be rewarded for, summoning on the banner. But if you're using red tickets and you're not getting rewarded for summoning on the banner, how do you feel about that, right? Not being able to get the armament analyzer. These are 5 upgrades to your armament equipment. You're not able to get application. Excuse me. You're not able to get because you don't have the Fortune crystals, but you use red tickets instead. This was horrible. Next time we do an accumulated spending, allow the red tickets to count towards it because I think this was horrible. But I think something going forward is if you have 5, and this is really rough for collabs too, right? Because let's say you don't have 10 tickets to do a 10 pool for the collab. You have let's say you have 9 damn tickets, right? You have 9 tickets, but you have 180 Fortune crystals. You cannot combine the two to do a 10 pool. You just can't, right? So those are 9 tickets wasted if you do not have 10. I think that's horrible. That's the last thing I really want to mention. I think everything else in the game is fine at the moment. I've been ranting for long enough, but this is pretty much going to be the end of the rant series. Other than that, I think the game is in a decent spot. Like I said, I'm not very hopeful for the future, but I'm looking forward to Higan Earthrow. Maybe that's going to be more frequent. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I did a poll. If you have not checked it out, go check out the poll. Lets me know what game you guys are most excited for, so I can kind of figure out what I should do for the future. I probably am going to be making Higan Earthrow content when that game comes out, which is made by the same people that made this game, right? Hopefully that game is much better. The characters look kind of good. I mean, you can kind of carry the game with characters alone, but anyways, I'm getting off track here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all got something out of this. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Peace.